We've just finished discussing how a small portion of the world's population is responsible for a large majority of the resource consumption and therefore have a disproportionately large environmental impact. But how is that environmental impact measured? What goes into that measurement? One way of measuring environmental impact is through a tool called the ecological footprint. Ecological footprint is a system that was developed to measure the total impact of a person's consumption, production, and waste. The unit of measurement that it uses to do this is land area, with the assumption being that everything you consume, everything you produce, and all of the waste that you discharge requires the productive or absorptive capacity of a defined area of land or water. So, for example, if you consume a loaf of bread, a certain land area is required to grow the crops used to make the ingredients that that bread involves. A certain amount of fossil fuels are used to power the machines used to grow, harvest, process, transport all of those ingredients. And those fossil fuels produce carbon dioxide and other emissions that have to be absorbed by plants or dissolved in the ocean. So, all of the consumption and production and waste involved in everything that a person does can be related back to land. And this is a really concrete and tangible way to understand the environmental impact that a person has. For example, the lifestyle that the average American lives requires 5.1 hectares of land to support all of their consumption and activities. The total surface area of the Earth is 51 billion hectares, but only 7.4 billion of those are usable for producing the things that support human life. So if you run a calculation, assuming that every person on Earth, not just Americans, was using this much land to support their lifestyle, then we would not need just one Earth, but two additional Earths, the resources of three total Earths to maintain that lifestyle for everyone. Now, that just pertains to people in the US who consume more than the average person on Earth. In this graph, you can see an estimate of how the total number of Earths needed to support the worldwide population has been going up over time. And this graph is old and stops at 2003, but in current times, the number of Earths needed to support the global population is 1.75. And you will actually be calculating your personal ecological footprint as part of an assignment for this class. So stay tuned for that.